Good afternoon, good morning. This is Mark Johnson from Loyalty360. I hope everyone is happy, safe, and well. I wanted to welcome you to our speaker preview series for the 2020 Loyalty360 Virtual Expo. We're actually calling it more of a festival. It's going to go on for about 6 weeks. We will have close to 40 sessions during the duration, focused on various aspects of customer channel and brand loyalty, and also some very unique engagement opportunities for brands and technology providers. Our first session is a session with Kong. For those of you who may not know Kong, they develop and provide very unique reward treats, chew toys for dogs. They've been distributed throughout a number of your favorite dog and pet food stores. But those you may not know is that Kong actually created their very unique subscription service. The premium loyalty program was focused on creating value and engagement between the brand and also the customers, but also provide a very unique way for Kong to understand and get to know their customers. This subscription service was launched earlier this year, and it's been very, very successful for the brand. They've gone through some challenges. In this session, you will learn about some of those challenges and how they continue to roll out the program. They use surprise and delight to engage their customers, and also Kong has toys that are focused on creating and addressing behavioral issues. We all love behavioral issues with a dog, whether it's chewing or barking or loneliness, whatever they may be. They have a series of toys and rewards that they send as part of the subscription service that really help address those behavioral habits in the dog, which is very, very unique. I think they should create one that deals with dogs running away, but that's a whole different story, or should I say puppies running away. So Kong also launched a Kong Box Cares program, a very unique corporate social responsibility program that really augments the standing of the brand, and it drives additional engagement. And the man behind all this is Brandon Delgrosso, who is the Vice President of Marketing for Kong. Brandon, how are you today?
Hey, really appreciate it. And glad that you are a fan of Kong and you've got those toys for your dogs. That's great.
I'm very much looking forward to moderating the session next week on October 10th, Tuesday, October 27th, should I say. Tuesday, October 27th at 1 p.m. And also I wanted to thank you for donating 2 Kong boxes to the 2 people who asked the most engaging questions during the presentation. So we're looking forward to giving those out as well. First off, can you give us a brief overview of Kong, the brand's history, for those who may not be familiar?
Yeah, you know what you mentioned starting this off, that you've experienced interacting with the brand. You have those toys, but I hear that a lot. You know, it's one of those iconic pet brands. It's that red rubber toy where you can stuff, you know, toys and treats into it, dog food into it, and it's a really good behavioral toy. And so that's what they're known for. They actually started the business 50 years ago. So this was founded by a guy named Joe Markham and his dog Fritz, and it was really just to try and provide his dog with, you know, something that would help with the chewing habits that he had. And so that's what kind of launched Kong. What maybe some people don't know is that from there's a lot of toys and treats, and they're all focused on, you know, behavioral type products, fun products, things that are just great for your dog. And so that's what they've been doing for the past 50 years.
And how do customers typically interact with your brand? And could you maybe share a little bit more about the unique subscription program you just launched?
Yeah, so because we've been at this for about 50 years, and I honestly think we've created just an iconic brand. We recently surveyed our customers, just the Kong Box customers, just to try and find out what they like most about our brand and what we're delivering to them. And, you know, the 2 words that came back frequently was trusted and durability. And so it's a very trusted brand and very safe brand, very durable brand for their dogs. And so that interaction that we see people talk about Kong a lot. They love the logo. There's a lot of photos that are submitted to us with, you know, how they're playing with their dogs. Of course, we see a lot of trainers doing videos about how to properly train your dog, and they're using our toys to do that. And so knowing that and that interaction with our brand, we felt like it was the right time to create a monthly subscription box, because we honestly believe that it's important that you have that play time on a monthly basis. And sometimes, having a box delivered with fun new toys and treats encourages that play time. It just becomes exciting, I think, for the dog and the owner. And because we have so many different products, we felt like let's create a box that can be delivered and that we profile the dogs when they sign up. So you as an owner can sign up and you tell us a lot of information about your dog. So we know the size and the age and, what are some of the behavioral challenges you're having with the dog. And then we curate that dog box. So we're delivering you what's best for you and your dog. And so I think that took us kind of that next step, that next evolution of interacting and having a direct relationship with our customers, which is understanding their dogs better, having more visibility into who their dogs are, what's working, what's not working for them, and then making sure they're getting these toys and treats monthly.
And how do customers typically interact with your brand? Can you share a little bit more about Kong's subscription program?
Yeah, I think for us, and we do this even through Kong Box, we feel like we're an educational company as well. And so I think it's more than just delivering the toys and treats, but what are we doing to interact or provide some education to the customer about, any of these specific behavioral things. And we give them advice. And in the Kong Box, we give them 2 inserts in there. One of them is a recipe card. Here's some fun recipes that you could be using for your dog with the treats that we have and the toys we have. The second one is, okay, if your dog has an issue with chewing, well, here's some tips that you should consider in maybe working with your dog on the chewing side of things. And so I think the educational piece of it, I will create that open dialogue where if they have questions, they can reach out to us. Rather than just send them toys and treats, we want to try and be more of the authority and the educational company out there on how we can best support them. I think Kong Box, Kong has always been a brand that you can find in any pet store, even online on Chewy. But because of that, there wasn't necessarily a direct relationship with the customer. That relationship was with the retailer. And so Kong Box allows us to actually have that direct relationship where I think we can find out deeper what are some fun toys and treats and what's working and what's not, and then get their feedback.
When you look at voice of the customer, listening to and understanding the customer's needs and interests, how do you approach that at Kong?
Yeah, what's fun about, I think the dog space might be a little different than, other categories, but people love talking about their dogs. They love taking pictures with their dogs. They love taking their dog everywhere they go. It's really a fun bonding relationship. And so I think for us, they just naturally want to interact with us. Like I said, the Kong Box has allowed us to have that direct relationship where we can hear firsthand. We can hear the feedback from the customers, from our retail partners, which is fantastic. And we see, we kind of measure the success based on, what are the products that are being ordered most and that are great for them. But getting the feedback from the customer through Kong Box, letting us know that, hey, my dog, who's this type of dog, may not be super excited about, plush toys. And so that helps us figure out, well, how do we change what we're delivering to the customer, and bring this curation that we want to do down to a very personal level with each dog. So okay. I think we get some pretty good feedback. We also do a lot of really fun initiatives that we try and engage more with our customers. And so kind of bringing them into certain initiatives that we're doing, where it could be a photo contest, it could be, a trick contest, things like that, of how they're using the toys and treats. And so that interaction there becomes a lot of fun. Again, people love showing pictures of their dogs and videos of it. So naturally, it's just a good way for us to get, I think, a lot of connection with our customers that way.
One of the things I think is very unique as well is the CPG relationship, the consumer packaged good traditionally relationship. You have a product, it's usually distributed through a Chewy's or a Petco or PetSmart. This subscription program really helped to address that and augment the brand. Can you talk a little bit how you manage the CPG relationship?
Yeah, so because we've been at this for about 50 years, and I honestly think we've created just an iconic brand. We recently surveyed our customers, just the Kongbox customers, just to try and find out what they like most about our brand and what we're delivering to them. And, the two words that came back frequently was trusted and durability. And so it's a very trusted brand and very safe brand, very durable brand for their dogs. And so that interaction that we see people talk about Kong a lot. They love the logo. There's a lot of photos that are submitted to us with, how they're playing with their dogs. Of course, we see a lot of trainers doing videos about how to properly train your dog, and they're using our toys to do that. And so knowing that and that interaction with our brand, we felt like it was the right time to create a monthly subscription box, because we honestly believe that it's important that you have that play time on a monthly basis. And sometimes, having a box delivered with fun new toys and treats encourages that play time. It just becomes exciting, I think, for the dog and the owner. And because we have so many different products, we felt like let's create a box that can be delivered and that we profile the dogs when they sign up. So you as an owner can sign up and you tell us a lot of information about your dog. So we know the size and the age and, what are some of the behavioral challenges you're having with the dog. And then we curate that dog box. So we're delivering you what's best for you and your dog. And so I think that took us kind of that next step, that next evolution of interacting and having a direct relationship with our customers, which is understanding their dogs better, having more visibility into who their dogs are, what's working, what's not working for them, and then making sure they're getting these toys and treats monthly.
One of the things we always like to ask is how you define customer loyalty, what the brands we speak with, the brands that are members of Loyalty360, how they define customer loyalty. How do you define customer loyalty, and what does that mean to Kong?
Yeah, for us, we really think of, are we creating an emotional bond with the customer, and is there any sort of engagement? And so I think a lot of the decisions we make as far as the brand with Kongbox is are we seeing that happen? Is there an emotion? Is the owner and the dog experiencing this fun joy and happiness by just playing together? And are we encouraging that? And then are they engaging with us and our social channels that we have? I think those are things that we look at as far as from customer loyalty and building that culture. We kind of have a saying that all dogs need to play. And so we focus on that. Like, okay, if it's every dog that needs to play, and that's kind of our mission, what are we delivering to make that happen? And that comes down to even working with some really fun charities on the dog side, because we want to support the shelters and dogs that help with vets and anything that's out there, just to make sure we're providing that mission of all dogs need to play. And so anything we do, we kind of focus on that engagement side of that with the customers.
Can you talk to us a little bit more about Kongbox Cares, how it was launched, what it means to the brand, and kind of what you're seeing in the early launch of the program?
So it came to be because COVID hit, and we were looking at, and like anybody, it was just a lot of the news was very centered around everything that's crashing around us. And as dog owners like myself, there's always that fun experience with your dog. You come home, dogs running to the door. I think it just creates that happiness and joy. And so we thought, well, let's develop a campaign called Kong Box Cares. And what we're really interested in is we want to understand how your dog has improved your life during this COVID situation. And we received amazing posts on our social channel with that hashtag where they were just telling stories. And these are very heartfelt stories, just how their dog has literally helped them through this COVID situation, that they couldn't get through it without their dog. And so it was kind of a fun time for us just to change the narrative a little bit from being so focused on the bad and everything's crashing around you, but then focus on, well, what's helping you get through it? And honestly, dogs are kind of this unsung hero within families. And so we had a lot of engagement there. I think when I looked at the stats on it, we had about a 1.1 million reach. We had over 43,000 likes, high engagement rates, really fun social posts. But what was kind of cool through that whole initiative is we actually kept track of what are the common words we're seeing through this campaign. And one of them that stood out is grateful, because I think, like I said, when things are getting bad, it's hard to kind of have that grateful feeling. But what Kong Box does, and what we're helping this dog owner and creating that fun playtime monthly for them, it created that emotion of being grateful. And so there's other ones like companionship, love, exercise, kisses, laughter, play, but I think that one kind of stood out to me because it helped change that mindset of that person who could start thinking more about what they're grateful for. And I think dogs fall into that bucket for sure.
And the last question I have for you, looking forward to talking more about this during our session on Tuesday, the 27th. Wanted to know what you think is the next big thing for customer loyalty.
I always think of it through maybe the lens of what we're doing and why we did, the subscription box with Kong Box. I think even if you went to the site, we say surprise and delight. And so I think for us, the big thing is, if we're not doing that, I think we can run into some challenges with customer loyalty. I think subscription boxes in general, the ones that do well, they focus on that surprise and delight. People who sign up for them aren't necessarily wanting to make a lot of decisions. They want you to tell them and send to them what you feel like is best for, in this case, for their dog. And so for us, it's like, what are we changing in our product and how we're delivering that experience that is focused on surprise and delight? And if we can do that, I think we'll always continue to have high customer loyalty. If we don't, then we're not going to see, we're going to see more people falling off, and we're not going to see that emotion happening and that engagement happening. So for us, it's an ongoing thing, honestly. Every week we're talking about, where did we miss the mark? Where are we not providing the right toys and treats to that dog? And then how do we change what we're doing so that we're doing that? And then what are we putting in the box that's going to continue to surprise and delight them and kind of shock them that, oh, I didn't even know Kong had this product. And so those are things that I think will help with customer loyalty. I think it's honestly the next big thing is how do you make that happen ongoing?
Well, Brandon, thank you very much for the speaker preview. Looking forward to the session next Tuesday, October 27th at 1 p.m. If you're not registered, below is the registration link. Looking forward to seeing you all there, and looking forward to an amazing festival of loyalty over the next 2 months. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.